Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for January 16th through the 22nd. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra. Yeah. The overall energy for the reading, the Page of Wands. I don't get this as your energy, even though it could be. I get it as an energy you're interacting with through this reading. I don't know. We'll see. In the recent past, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups. Possibly leaving a commitment here. Pretty sad about it by the looks of it. A little bit of disappointment there attached to this commitment, but there's someone that has their back turned to it here. In the current situation, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. There's something that's coming through here, and it looks like somewhat of, maybe you just met, maybe you're friends, maybe you've been friends for who knows how long, but there's a question of love that shows up here, and it's pretty confusing, that question. By the looks of it, you're looking at the situation, and you're like, this feels good. Now let's complicate it in our heads. In the immediate future, the Ten of Swords, the Magician, the Five of Swords. Someone's trying to manifest from this position right here, and I wouldn't recommend it. And I feel like it's you that's trying to manifest. It's coming in as almost sabotaging, because you're manifesting from a place of defeat, a place of you're really down there in the energies, and you're kind of trying to manifest something, but when we're down there below, low in our frequency, we don't realize that it's not that the manifestation is not going to come through. It's going to come through as confusing as we put it out, because these are energies. Usually when you're in the Ten of Swords there, you've got all sorts of things in the way energetically. Confusion, doubt, insecurity, fear, all sorts of things. And when you manifest, even though the manifestation may sound good to you, it carries all of that frequency that we carry as energy to the universe. And the universe is, the manifestation is going to come through. But it's going to be very weird in the way it comes back. You know, so this is a place, if you find yourself really, really low, I would hold off from manifesting. You know, first try to raise that vibration a little bit, and then, you know, work with a manifestation towards the universe. Let's clarify. Let's see what's going on. Page of Wands. For the Page of Wands, you get the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's one energy here out of the two, so there's your energy and another energy, but there's one of you, and again, I kind of get that this is an outside energy there, not yours, that comes in with an open heart, and their desire is that of, hey, let's, you know, meet for coffee and more, kind of a thing. But they're meeting resistance. There's a little bit of conflict there. There's a little bit, and I saw this confusion here. So it almost feels like, okay, the situation feels good to me, but I don't know what to do about it, if this is you. So the one is open, the other one is confused. And because the other one is showing up open, but they're meeting that confusion as an energy, it might create a little bit of conflict, a little bit of, not conflict necessarily, I see it more as awkwardness, as, I don't know what to do about this, on both sides. You know, there's a little bit of, what? So, okay, let me do the Seven of Swords there in the recent past. Yep. Eight of Cups, the World card, the Hermit. I don't know how recent this is. We just kind of reference to it as the recent past just to give ourselves a time frame. there's no time with energies. This could have been 10 years ago. But there's a separation here. There's you walking away from a situation, possibly a marriage or a long-term commitment of some sort, something significant here. And I see you pulling out, I see that cycle being closed, and then comes a lot of healing after that. So this affected you in such a way that you started looking inside yourself there. That's when your journey of healing actually started. So whenever that was, that's when you started to really look within and started to work with yourself. A little more than you have before. Let's do the Four of Cups. Eight of Wands, Page of Cups, Eight of Swords. All right. Yeah, I mean, there was still a little bit of trying towards this, so I don't see it, you know, just ending because you picked up and left and that was that. There was still a little bit of attempts of something here, or at least desire to attempt something. But then all of those attempts were met with confusion at the end, because the bottom line of this commitment was disappointment. So it's like, well, if I'm not feeling well within this situation and I decide to leave, even though I may want to come back sometimes, no, why would I want to come back? Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion at the end of this, because I mean, that feeling of wanting to go back to something, no matter if we're the one deciding to leave it, is going to be there. It's going to come up. So that's kind of normal. I do see the situation, the more you sink into this struggle of, do I go back, do I not, do I go back, do I not, the more you take away from you working with yourself and healing. However, healing is still happening in the bigger picture there. So you might have a little bit of a war up here in your mind about it, like, what do I do about it? I don't know. But healing is still happening in the background, because, again, it feels like it started with this or through this. So even through this confusing energy here of going back to this over and over, which I feel like this situation lasted for a little bit for you. The one where maybe you tried or they tried, there's a period of time here that shows up as, okay, this still kind of went on in this energy of confusion for a little bit. Even through this, there was healing though, you know, but this looks exactly like one of those things where you find yourself in the space of the mind, completely stuck in there, and you feel like nothing's happening. You feel like you're not healing, you're not learning anything, you're just there, you know, wasting time. Which is not the case. We're healing even when we're going through those experiences. We just don't realize it in the moment. Let's do the Two of Swords in the current situation. The Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. Because I see the confusion. When this, whatever this is, if this is new, if this is an old situation for you, but I kind of get the sense that it's new as an energy. So it could be a new person. It could even be not an old person, but someone you knew from your past, but it's coming back with a new energy, a different kind of an energy. It feels to me that this feels to you right. You know, you're looking at this energy, and just like me, when I look at it, you're like, this feels right. This is, you know, this is pure, this is honest, this feels right. For some reason, you're taking it and, you know, throwing it up in the mind, and it starts overthinking, and it starts confusing the shit out of you and of the situation. But underneath all that, I do see the energy of, you know what, if we take it one day at a time and take it for what it is, it feels good. Let's do the Queen of Cups. Oh, goodness. Okay. Why do I get, you always get this King of Wands, so I'm going to say this is a person from the past. For the Queen of Cups, you get the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands. It could have been the person from the past, or it could be the person from the past. That's why you're starting to overthink, because even though the energy feels right, your mind tells you or asks you, do you trust this? Do you trust them? based on whatever the hell happened there, you know. And I mean, based on logic and based on taking that past and putting it in front of you, probably not, depending on whatever happened here, but I would assume not. But if you took the energy for what it is, we're talking about a different story here, you know. There's the energy that truly is showing up for you, and then there's your perception, what your mind tells you to perceive out of it. Two different things. It's very hard though to distinguish and to make up your mind which of those energies you're going to go with. Which are you going to choose? Because your mind is definitely not letting you trust this fully. Your heart feels the energy. Can you find the balance between those two? Let's do the Three of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. Maybe started from scratch, or work on that foundation to rebuild it, or to build a completely different one. That's the energy that's coming through here, in terms of maybe we'll start with that if we were to start anything. There is the attachment of doom though on it, in terms of if you were to go on this path of let's start from scratch, let's work with that and see where it takes us. But attached to that, there's a little bit of a back thought there of, this is not going to go anywhere. If you started off like that, with that little thought that's wandering through your head while you go, you know, day to day with this one, you might end up, most likely, might end up create the scenario for this to fail. Energetically, not consciously. It's not like you're, you know, putting pins on the path you're taking, or no. It's an energetic thing, and it's pretty common, but it's something that we usually don't realize we're doing. So I kind of get why the energies are getting to this point of low. Let's do the Ten of Swords. Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. All right. Pretty disappointed in how they show up, possibly. Which is a bit contradictory, because you're showing me, okay, you know what? We'll start from scratch, we'll take things as they are, and we'll see where it goes. And then you're showing me expectation. But why are they not showing up more? Or why are they not showing up like this rather than like this? Well, you just said, one day at a time and things as they are. So they're showing up in one way, and you're starting to question that because you want it bigger or smaller or whatever. You know, it's not good the way it shows up. Then you're not taking it as it shows up, right? If you're expecting it to be something else and are disappointed that it's showing up different. So that is the beginning of basically your trajectory towards lower energies there, because you fall into expectation, your fear there is taken over, all of these lower vibration energies are starting to come in. And then here you are trying to manifest something. Let's do the Magician. The Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Magician. Yeah. Your manifestation is exactly like this energy here. Let's take it one day at a time. Let's see where things go. Your energy is telling me, your manifestation is telling me, I want for things to work out, but I'm heartbroken and I'm in pain. And that's what the universe picks up on. Also, you want for things to work out with pain? Okay, we'll do just that. And here you go. You've got your manifestation, you know? When we manifest, we think that's all there is to it. We put that vibration out there. We just don't realize we have other stuff hanging on to our manifestation, to that frequency that we're sending out. In this case, there's pain. The pain comes from the fear. It's kind of like a maze for you to go on and kind of figure it out where it all started and kind of just transmute this whole energy. Once you got that figured out, the pain is going to go out of the way. The universe is going to hear clearly. The manifestation is not going to send us, you know, mixed signals there, just like we send to it, but we're not even realizing that we're sending mixed signals. So, let's do the Five of Swords in the immediate future. The Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords. All right, so all of this that's coming through for you here, you seem to be looking at it and being like, that's not true. I'm not doing that. I'm not in low vibration. I'm not manifesting with all of these energies that you're talking about. So no, that's not true. You're refusing to accept that, okay, you might be doing that. Because all of us are. We just don't know. That's why we're in the denial of it, because we don't know that we're doing it. But I do see beyond that, see you beyond that, being like, you know what? I gotta make things happen. So this is almost like an aha moment. Even though you may say, I don't accept that as being true, that, you know, I'm kind of in a low vibration here, I am starting to accept it, and I'm starting to realize that, there might be something to that, so let me do something about it. So just doing something about it already proves the fact that, okay, I accept that. And it's hard to accept, because a lot of the times you would think, why would I harm myself? I'm not crazy. I wouldn't put myself at risk, you know, manifesting all sorts of weird shit. But when the weird shit comes towards you, you don't recognize that, yeah, you actually called for that, you know? Again, very subtle energies, very hard to pick up on. It's a freaking maze all the time of something that leads you to something else, that leads you to something else. And it's all tied up to fear and pain. You know, they're just in the way sometimes. And when we manifest with that in the way, get out of the way when that manifestation comes in. Let's see what the universe has. King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Hermit. You're doing great in terms of healing. You're constantly healing, constantly showing me a sense of, you know, even through these energies, because all of us, even if we're healing, that doesn't mean we're always up there in frequency. No, sometimes we go down there. We visit downstairs, you know. So you're still doing your healing. And the rejection to you finding yourself down there is normal too. It's part of healing. Healing is never linear. It's always up, down, left, right, to the side. I don't know, all over the place. So overall, you have a grasp here. And I feel like it's starting to show around you. Well, you feel it inside, the sense of healing and growth. And it's starting to show around you where there's a little more confidence tied up to your material world, whatever it is you got going on there. It's just, and it always starts with the heart. You know, whatever's connected to your heart, that's what kind of dictates where the energy of healing is going, you know, because when the heart comes in and tells you, I detect love here, and then the mind tries to come in and tell you, where are you going, what you're doing, who's this? Think of the mind as the nagging parent, you know. It doesn't mean harm. It's just a matter of you kind of realizing that and even making friends with your mind, because that's possible. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Pretty interesting. But I like the energy at the end, you know, where you're like, okay, let's get shit done. After all of this, and the refusal to see it and the refusal to recognize, no, I'm not, I'm good, I'm not low, look at me how high I am. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I have. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.